There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting, no more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Long live the vegan revolution. Que viva por siempre la revolución vegana.
Chucho Merchant, Vegan, The New Revolution, Part 1 of 2. Please continue watching to find out more.
Don't be vegan. Only highly moral people choose that.
We don't want more war. We want to ask the Palestinian government to put their hands in the Israeli government's hands in order to reach peace resolve, to end this bloody conflict. And they must know that this is a popular demand in the two sides.
Roni is Jewish and Maha is Palestinian, a resident of Gaza City in the Gaza Strip. These two heroic women share an enduring friendship that has already withstood 2 wars in Gaza. And when they spoke, these women didn't speak of blame. They spoke only of how dialogue and violence can end the pain that both sides and both of them have experienced. Together, they give each other hope for a better future.
We're tired of wars. We want to cry out and say no, no more war. There are other ways. We want to live peacefully with our neighbors across the border. We want people to understand that war isn't getting us anywhere. Violence isn't getting us anywhere.
We agree there is no military solution to the conflict, and that real peace resides not in the hands of the governments, but in the hands of the people, our hands.
Real peace shall
Oh Gaza, please make peace, not war. Better near neighbors than relatives afar.
Supreme Master Qinghai, Vegan.
Bright viewers, Wagwan, that means what's going on in Creole, one of the spoken languages of the richly diverse Caribbean island nation of Saint Martin. I am Saveria. The peaceful inhabitants of Saint Martin are elated to see you lovingly embrace animal people as brothers and sisters under our one Heavenly Father. They pray that your days are filled with joy and the attainment of inner heavenly melodies.
I know someday peace will find a way.
Welcome to our show, Chucho Merchant, Vegan, The New Revolution, Part 1 of 2. In today's show, we'll explore the vibrant backstory and musical compositions of Chucho Merchant, a multi-talented vegan artist from Colombia. We are delighted to have this opportunity to interview him for our show. Mr. Chucho Merchant is a seasoned jazz and rock bassist, guitarist, composer, and vocalist, as well as a committed animal people rights activist. In recent years, his music has taken direct inspiration from the skyrocketing global trend towards the non-violent vegan lifestyle. Mr. Chucho's extensive musical journey began in childhood.
I was born in Colombia when I was very young, maybe 12 years old in Colombia. I first heard British music, the Beatles, all this kind of new music that was coming from England for the US. I was just very interested in the way that it sounded. It was something like completely new to me. That's how I got interested in music. At about 14 years old, 15 years old, I just taught myself and I formed bands with friends of mine, and we started playing around in little clubs in Bogota, Colombia. I'm still today doing the same thing. You know, since I'm 15 years old, I've been just working on it. The thing with music is you never finish learning. Every day there's something new. There's always a new song to be written and a new something better that you can get to a higher place. And so that's it. That's me. Music since I'm 15 years old.
Sí. Si los animales hablaran, dirían que nuestro mundo todo enloqueció. Sí. Si los animales lloraran, inundarían la tierra por su gran dolor.
Make peace now. Your gifted life, has it been in vain? Do something now in deep repent. Just go enjoy all your privilege. Pray God, and to even hell devils, to spare you pain.
Mr. Chucho's immense talent and passion for music brought him to the world-famous arts program at the University of Cambridge, United Kingdom. He graduated with a Bachelor of Arts and then moved to London, where he brushed shoulders with some of the most renowned bands and artists of our time.
In a way, I have been very blessed in my life. I come from quite a poor family from Colombia. When I was in Colombia, I could only dream of bands like The Who or Pink Floyd or the Beatles. I just dreamed about it. When I was in Cambridge, I've always been very passionate about my music, so I got quite good at playing. When I came to London, I could not believe that I was playing with the Pretenders, with the Eurythmics, with this guy from Pink Floyd. I was music director with The Who. I met George Harrison from the Beatles, Paul McCartney. And so, you know, my life has been like a real dream come true.
Decades of experience and fruitful collaboration have given Mr. Chucho Merchant a unique perspective on the music industry, including ways in which it falls short of addressing important global issues.
In a way, I'm very disappointed that musicians, and especially vegan musicians around the world, are not willing to share their music in this belief that animal rights is an important subject, you know. And I decided about 4 years ago, I was thinking, nobody wants to write music about animal rights. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to know about it. It's a very delicate subject. People think vegans are telling them, you know, what they should eat and what they should not eat. I always say to people, no, we are not trying to tell you what to eat or not to eat. What we are trying to tell you is that it's not an ethical thing to kill animals for us to eat. It's just, we are talking about animals. We are not talking what people put on their tables, because there's a big difference. Anyway, so I become disappointed, and I decided, because nobody wants to talk about it, me, Chucho Merchan, I only want to talk about that. I only write songs about animal rights, you know, from all different aspects of it. Because nobody wants to write songs, I'm going to write all the songs I possibly can until the day I die.
To date, Mr. Chucho Merchan has completed an impressive 4 albums, totaling over 60 songs, dedicated solely to promoting animal people rights.
I wrote many songs that I'm very, very, very proud of. I mean, I don't know, you know, I love all these songs, but I wrote a song called Animal Liberation, and I wrote a song in Spanish called Liberación Animal. Both of those songs I love. I wrote another song that I love, called people here in Colombia like it a lot. It's called Cool Vegan. in Spanish, Vegano Bacano. I just wrote a song for a new album in English called Vegan Revolution, and I love that song. And then I wrote one in Spanish called Revolución Vegana. I love that song.
Vegan. Walk on earth. Souls in heaven.
Dedicated viewers, we will take a moment to quietly thank the heavens for bringing our world closer to a peaceful vegan paradise day by day. Please stay with us here on Supreme Master Television.
Peace for Ukraine or you reign.
Welcome back to our show, Chucho Merchan, Vegan, The New Revolution, Part 1 of 2. So far, we have learned about the journey of musician and animal people rights activist Mr. Chucho Merchan and explored a few of his many animal people-centered masterpieces. For Mr. Chucho Merchan, music is a powerful medium for creating positive change in the world.
Sometimes I go out to play my songs with acoustic guitar, and I do like talks with people. I give speeches about animal rights, about the importance of veganism in the future of the world. I play all those songs with my acoustic guitar. I try to work with different animal organizations around the world, and sometimes with American organizations, with PETA, and with groups like that. And I try to draw inspiration from all these feelings that get aroused by being inside the movement. Sometimes sad things, because the animal rights situation is it's a very sad, we are going through a very dark period. So sometimes it's sad, sometimes I write songs of hope. I draw inspiration from that as well. Inspiration from all kinds of things: words, music, animals, and life itself.
Long live the vegan revolution. Que viva por siempre la revolución vegana.
I think it's important that people do music with this subject in mind, because I think you have to try to touch people's hearts with images and with music. That's what I'm trying to do right now, and I will continue doing it. I think the world is changing, and veganism is rising, and people are becoming more compassionate, and people are starting to understand that we don't need to hurt animals and to treat them the way they do so we can feed ourselves. We have to try and touch people's hearts and try to convince them in a nice way to move forward.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Kosovo is one of them. Kosovo, Law on Animal Welfare and Criminal Code. Caregivers who fail to provide the animal people security, health, and welfare are liable to a fine of up to 5,000 euros. Also, whoever maltreats an animal person unnecessarily causing severe suffering, pain, or distress shall be punished with a fine or imprisonment of up to 6 months. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
Mr. Chucho's love for animal people runs deep. Beyond his work as an activist, he has established an animal people sanctuary in the Colombian countryside called the Luna Shelter, where he joyously coexists with dozens of animal people companions.
Because I live surrounded with lots of animals, I look into their eyes, I say good morning. I have a pig that lives with me, and so I look at him every morning. I say, how are you? Did you have a good night? Let's go and have breakfast. I have cows, horses, I have goats, I have chickens, I have rabbits, I have cats, I have dogs, I have birds, I have ducks. I'm surrounded by all these beings, and I can look at their eyes every morning. I can see how they're feeling, how they react, how they relate to each other. I'm very close to them. And so I feel very passionate about the fact that millions and billions of animals are dying around the world in horrible circumstances.
For Mr. Chucho Merchant, the connection between loving animal friends and maintaining a responsible diet is obvious.
People say, "Oh, I've eaten meat all my life. I'm too old." And I always say to people, "No, it's never too late to change. It's never too late." People will say lots of things about vegans, and what happens with vegans, we become passionate because we know what is going on around the world, and we love animals, and we just can't believe it. And So people say we are radical, and I always say, no, we are not radical. Radical is what is happening to animals around the world in slaughterhouses. That's radical.
I know someday.
Mr. Chucho is unwaveringly committed to elevating our world to a more compassionate level through his original style of musical activism, in which he truly becomes a voice for our defenseless animal co-citizens.
I think I'm investing my life in one of the most powerful causes for the future of humanity, and to save our planet, and for our health, and for animals. Veganism with love and with kindness is the way forward.
For the zillions daily slaughter, mother slaves in misery, promise you won't be forgotten. There is hope and love, it's true. And so much for us to do.
We extend our gratitude to Mr. Chucho Merchant for taking the time to share his profound insights as a musician and activist, and for using his talents to speak up for oppressed animal people worldwide. May you always find safety, happiness, and continuous inspiration from heaven to create more compassionate masterpieces that highlight the shared struggle for animal people liberation and human freedom. Please join us again next Thursday, November 16th, for part 2 of Chucho Merchant Vegan, The New Revolution. To learn more information about Chucho Merchant, please visit chuchomerchant.com.
We see this in the texts the 8th Karmapa wrote himself in his great commentary on the Vinaya. It says it is forbidden to put meat in the Gudo or Mahakala rituals, that people are not allowed to do this, that if they did that, you are not taking me as your teacher, and I do not think of you as my students, and you should think about that. He said this very forcefully and insistently. His Holiness Ojin Trinley Dorji, vegetarian.
We don't want more war. We want to ask the Palestinian government to put their hands in the Israeli government's hands in order to reach peace resolve, to end this bloody conflict. And they must know that this is a popular demand in the two sides.
Roni is Jewish and Maha is Palestinian, a resident of Gaza City in the Gaza Strip. These two heroic women share an enduring friendship that has already withstood 2 wars in Gaza. And when they spoke, these women didn't speak of blame. They spoke only of how dialogue and violence can end the pain that both sides and both of them have experienced. Together, they give each other hope for a better future.
We're tired of wars. We want to cry out and say no, no more war. There are other ways. We want to live peacefully with our neighbors across the border. We want people to understand that war isn't getting us anywhere. Violence isn't getting us anywhere.
We agree there is no military solution to the conflict, and that real peace resides not in the hands of the governments, but in the hands of the people, our hands.
Real peace shall.
O Gaza, please make peace, not war. better near neighbors than relatives afar.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Conscious viewers, we sincerely hope you enjoyed today's program. Up next is Paul Bashir, Vegan, a powerful voice for the voiceless, part 2 of 2. May you be blessed with abundant opportunities to help others as you become more and more aware that the lives of all beings are equally important.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AJAR.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/AJAR.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/AJAR.
Nasze programy oferują wiele języków. Prosimy zobaczyć suprememastertv.com/schedule oraz suprememastertv.com/AJAR.